Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we have a super fun video. We are going to be looking at NFL Super Pro from Marvel Comics. Such a crazy book. Honestly, I just encountered this recently. There's like this huge backstory. Can't wait to get into it. This book is so bad. It's actually kind of good, and I kind of love it. And there are so many good things about it, but so many crazy things that are totally wackadoodle. Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Let's get right into it. Okay, easily the alternative title for this video could be Blame It on Sam, my friend, artist extraordinaire, auteur of Dishoom comic book issue 2, currently available on his Etsy shop. For, I don't know, he seems oddly obsessed with this character because he keeps bringing him up. And I'm not a sports fan. Big surprise, right, guys? But anyway, so this, I vaguely remember this, but it totally would have not been on my radar, even though, I do have an appreciation for stuff like this. So I got it. Like, I don't know, any, like, sort of thing I saw in it said how, like, really bad it was, but I think you kind of have to see it yourself to believe it. Like, it's super bad, but it's good. I mean, it's written by Fabian Nicieza, Fabian X-Men Nicieza, New Warriors. Look at this gorgeous Joe Jesco cover. I'm not exactly sure, like, what the publishing plan was for this, because the next one we're going to look at, the one you saw with the Spider-Man on the cover, was like the first monthly book, but this is representing the awesome origin issue. So I don't know if there was like a mini-series or 2 series or what the hell is going on, but I just wanted this for the Joe Jesco cover and also for like the other first Spider-Man issue. And I feel like these are probably 2 of the best. I don't know. How could I say? I love this so much. That gold football is so cool. This logo is awesome. I mean, this is like, the NFL coming together with Marvel. I don't know, like, how much involvement the NFL had, but Fabian Nicieza, it's like 1990, 1991, so he's like one of the top writers at Marvel, and, they got him to do this, and, I guess my friend Sam, who apparently must be some sort of super pro aficionado, said that Nicieza agreed to write this to get like season passes for some football game. I don't remember which team. Maybe it was the Giants. I don't know. I feel like the Giants are in here. We'll see. Okay, so hey, Fabian Nicieza, fine, whatever. I mean, some of the writing is so funny. Like, you'll see. Jose Delbo, penciler, chapters 1 and 3. At first I wasn't excited about the art, but then, like, the more I got into it, it's pretty good, like, classic superhero art, and I feel like maybe this guy is a big football fan, because it seems like he pulled some of that off. And Bob Hall, I do like Bob Hall. Tom Morgan, Mike DiCarlo, not a big fan of Mike DiCarlo's inks, but whatever. Here we are. Janice Chiang, Chris Eliopoulos, letters, Evelyn Stein, colorist, Joe Jesco, cover painting, awesome cover. Once again, that's kind of worth the whole shebang right there, guys. Tom Brevoort, assistant editor, Bob Budiansky, editor, and Tom DeFalco, editor-in-chief. So this is post-shooter Marvel era. I feel, I guess fans of my channel probably read a lot of the same comic books that I read or whatever, and know what I mean when I say post-shooter. Like, Jim Shooter was my Marvel Comics, so it's kind of weird. It just became very different after he left. And he was kind of a controversial character, but you cannot deny the sheer just magnitude of the books he published. Anyway, I mean, obviously this is, the NFL letting them use this license. I do have to say, especially here, like, how cool is that? So the Super Pro is like, but he's such a loser. Oh my god, his origin is horrifying. That looks super cool. I do love it. I don't know anything about football, so a lot of this is probably, like, really lost on me. But I don't know. The art is kind of cheesy in some ways. It's just sort of like a... I don't want to insult it too bad, but like a house style. So this... this total kind of loser, like, he keeps trying to be... a pro football player and keep, like, whatever, number 1 in his high school, superstar on the rise, and then he keeps getting sidelined. So then, oh my God, I guess we'll get to the origin, but it's so crazy. And here's this crazy sidekick who's his cameraman, but is oddly like adept at like doing research. I mean, granted, this is 1990s, so you know they're using like phone books and stuff instead of Google, but whatever. But and he catches on. So this is basically like, you know, incorporating sort of elements of Superman and Peter Parker together, because he's like, um, you know, a retired football star, like retired early because of injury, whatever, never really made it. So he becomes like this reporter. And then this is his Lois Lane. I mean, come on, she's totally Lois Lane. I love the tardy makeup. Like, I don't know if that was like because it was 1990 or just bad colors or what. But I don't know, some of this art feels authentic. I feel like I don't know, I feel like real people might have been used. If my uncle's watching, forgive me, because he would recognize all of this crap, and like Uncle Doug. And he would be like so aghast at my utter like, I mean, it almost feels disrespectful, doesn't it? I love this. Like, see what I mean by the dated like technology? He's got like these huge, and mind you, he's just the cameraman. Like, he's basically the Jimmy Olsen, but with a video camera. So now he's like, I'm trying to think of an example of like, I don't know who the point person is. You know, the person like didn't The Flash have that, like when Mike Barron was writing it, like Piper was kind of like his, you know, like an oracle. There you go. That's the example I was looking for. This costume is so iconic. Sam, you need to paint this, just like, I don't even know. Like, contact the NFL or Marvel. Just make it happen. We need a licensed poster of Super Pro by Sam J. Royale. I think you were born to do it. It would be a touchdown. Oh my God, do you like that? Okay, and this is just bad writing, because he says, like, Fabian Nicieza, I think, gave 0 Fs when he wrote this. So this is... I took these pictures that I dummied up to Photomat, and 3 days later I got these results that show clearly you guys have the same lips, hysterical, and even superposed little finger has the same angular bend. And then they show a picture of his index finger. So I'm like, sorry, but that's just bad writing right there. I mean, you know, I feel like things like that, huge debate going on right now. I don't know why. Maybe it is a debate that comes up whenever, like, the importance of writers versus artists, and artist writer and blah blah blah, whatever. But this is just a perfect example of like a sloppy, lazy writer. You had one job. That's an index finger, not a little finger. Okay, my end of rant for now. This character, I don't know, he's so two-dimensional in a way, but I mean, I don't hate him, but there's nothing about him that makes me love him. Like, his power seems super ambiguous. Wow. Okay. So, and this is the most ugly, like, disgusting, like, people bitch about the way John Byrne draws children. Whoa, this is like the ugliest kid I've ever seen in my life. He has adult-sized arms and legs on like a child's body, and just, I don't know what's happening, but the creepy look on his face and the way he's being picked up by Super Pro, obviously walking around with a duffel bag with a dead body inside it. You know, I feel bad, because trust me, I'm not ruining a good comic, because it's really not a good comic, even though I do love it, which is strange. So anyway, he's a freaking loser. This is his origin. Okay, this is the best. So he already broke his leg once, and like, okay, so he had to wait till the next season. So next season rolls around, his friend, the creepiness with the child, the kid is running up the steps, almost trips on a can of grape soda. Like, I mean, it might as well have been a banana peel, but it is a can of grape soda. So then the kid is like doing, a swan dive off the top of the bleachers, and here comes Super Pro to save him. And whoop, there it is, falls and fucking, oh, I'm sorry, pardon my French, but like pop, breaks his knee, whatever, he's out. I'm just like, I'm sorry, but that's a lot of bad luck, right? If Longshot has good luck as a superpower, Super Pro definitely has bad luck. He's like kind of not like there's nothing heroic about him either. Like it's just like I said, he's marginally likable. He has zero personality. And I love this. Like, this is probably lost on me too, but he goes, like, okay, so the backstory here is they're trying to uncover a big steroid, they calling it an illegal steroid ring. Okay. You know, just, which is also a funny point that comes up later in the book, but we'll get there. I mean, we've got all day, right, guys? I mean, when it comes to Super Pro, you know, I better cover all the bases here. I keep using these sports references. But I mean, come on, I love this costume. Once again, Sam, draw that, paint it, make it beautiful. So, oh yeah, anyway, so the backstory, another backstory is he goes to this, so apparently like bootleg sports memorabilia is being sold. So he goes to interview this, collector of sports memorabilia. And oh my god, it's so crazy. Oh no, this is like how he, yeah, because he gets a job as a reporter because he keeps screwing up his leg and can't make it as a football player. Like he never even did it once, which is kind of weird. So then I guess this is the fulfillment of that. So he goes to visit this memorabilia collector, Rudy Custer, and I'm hoping somebody who loves sports is watching this and knows all this stuff. Is this like a real collector? I feel like there's so much like realness that might be put in here for some reason. It could be totally made up, but I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, costume badass. So this is part of this guy, Rudy Custer. He clearly is rich. I mean, look at this dope brick house, right? So he created this like super expensive like Iron Man NFL football outfit with a uniform. Oh my god, terrible. It's not Project Runway, Michael. It's MichaelFitzTroytv. So anyway, these guys come, they followed him over knowing that he was going to interview him to rob them or kill him or something. And then he says, oh, these old films aren't worth much. So he ties up Super Pro, who is completely useless despite his physique. You mean to tell me that some old real films tied around him not even well, with his hand completely exposed there, that he's incapacitated? See, this is an example of bad penciling, too, in addition to the bad writing, because make it believable. I do not believe for 1 second that he is in any form of peril here. Oh, and then, like, they set him on fire. I mean, lethal. I mean, good research there, Fabian, because film, I think old film was, like, notorious for catching on fire and stuff. And tell me that doesn't look like it was drawn from photo reference. So I feel this sports guy might have even, like, probably paid to be in this book. I don't know. God, could I read more into this? I need to do the deep, like, the investigative reporter. Maybe that's better left for somebody like Uncle Jerk. Uncle Jerk, if you're watching, I doubt it. But anyway, Roman, I think NFL Super Pro needs your love and your touch and your uncovering. I'd much rather watch a video like that than make it. Oh, here we go, into the steroids. And once again, this, I love it so much. I don't know, it's just so cheeseball in the side pocket. So they're gathering evidence of this pro athletes' use of these illegal steroids, as opposed to the legal steroids that I guess they give people when they, you know, throw out their back or something like that. But so this is him in high school, and like you would have natural age progression anyway, but once again, totally did the research, shows that steroids can misshape your face and make you look like a completely different person. And once again, loving this keyboard with the cord. Oh my god, it's so hysterically dated. I just love it so much. And his hair, I mean, come on, let's give it up for that. Like, I don't even know what they call that. I guess fade, but, you know, like a 90s fade. Anyway, the acne from the frickin' steroids. Oh my god, I just love it so much. It gets really good here, guys, so hang in there, because he goes and takes some of the illegal steroids and totally hulks out, and it is disgusting. He gets all big and bloopy. Like, I don't even know what these are. These like megazits, like what is happening there? Their testicles just like bursting out on his arms. Could you imagine how, like, you have so much testosterone in your body, you start sprouting nut sacks everywhere? That would be so disgusting. Oh, that's triggering. Anyway, but gross, right? Now I'm kind of living for the art. Like, this is like a precursor to Image, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like this character is kind of freaking awesome. I mean, he definitely has potential. I don't even know, like, who knows, like, with Marvel being owned by Disney, the NFL, who knows what the contract is. I mean, I doubt it's, like, some, you know, just lost in time kind of best we're gonna get with this. But, see, that also looks like a real person, but I don't know. Oh, this is also bad writing. Someone please call an ambulance as it's coming. Like, what the... I mean, come on now. I hope those season tickets were worth it. Worth me ripping you a new one, Fabian Nicieza. Your new Warriors was so much better. How dare you? Once again, he references eating lox and cream cheese in a bagel. Clearly, there is no lox on this bagel. I'm done with this. This is exactly why John Byrne left the X-Men. And this is, well, I mean... Sleepwalker. Oh, the other best thing about this whole book, frickin' look at this Michael Golden Destro on the back. This G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero ad. Oh my god, it's so cool. Love that. Destro is amazing in that version. Totally rocks. All right, here we go. And just when you thought it couldn't get better, it actually does get better, and I freaking love this. Okay, so first of all, we have this cover that is, you know, so important, so epic. I'm like, I don't even know why, but laid out by Romita Jr., finished by Ron Friends, and inked by Joe Sinnott. And what a beautiful combination that is. I wonder if Friends just added the Spider-Man. I wonder how that worked. I would love to know. Love to know. I always want to know. Collector's item, first issue, NFL Super Pro. They're like, okay, we're going to save this book by throwing Spider-Man in it. And Fabian Nicieza, once again, I got you in my crosshairs. Because this is the worst depiction of Spider-Man I think I've ever seen. Like, okay, and we'll get into why. But is that Ronald Reagan holding the door open? Irony. Holding the door open for a gangster who's about to get shot. And here's Super Pro on the roof looking dynamite in that freaking cool costume that I love so much, that Sam J. Royale, author of Dishoom, and just artist extraordinaire, needs to draw that. Anyway, if I didn't mention that. I kind of love that panel here too. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of becoming obsessed with this character just based on nothing. Like, this goes to show, like, the power of a cool costume, because I feel like, you know, like, how deep is Space Ghost? Although I never did watch Space Ghost Coast to Coast, maybe I would feel differently. I'm sure I would. I'm sure everyone just clutch their pearls. Feel free to comment. Call me out, whatever. It's totally fine. I mean, I love this. This is so cool. And once again, I feel like I said, oh, and the gangster gets shot anyway. So he's the worst superhero. Like, he has done nothing good. He is just as good as a superhero as he was a football player. And I don't know, not super heroic, eh? This car chase is off the chain. I love it. Anyway, here comes Spider-Man, who, mind you, is in Los Angeles on assignment. And there's hookers with pink hair everywhere in Los Angeles, trust me. What happened? Okay, so he launches a spider tracer on this guy. He's kind of just watching Super Pro, like, chase this criminal. It's so weird. And then something else. Let's see. I miss my rowdy redhead talking about MJ. Oh, and he totally figures out Super Pro. he's like, oh, I see him getting into a van. Not bad. Super Pro has a partner who helps him out. That's good. So he's just like taking pictures of him, I guess. And then, I don't know. And then here comes Lois Lane. I love that she's like, after work, she's like, is that a Fitbit? Oh my God. Did Fabian, is this like a time traveler thing? Like, Fabian Nisi is predicted the Fitbit. Or perhaps she just has an inappropriate gold bracelet to match her inappropriate tiny negligee as she has her milk and cookies with her slippers before she goes to bed. I don't know why I love stuff like that, but it's killing me. It's killing me. It could be, who knows. Anyway, that roided up freak. That was cool. I mean, has anyone ever cosplayed NFL Super Pro? I'm sure they had. I love this Storm. I would love to have that. And the Archangel. Actually, these are all cool. How did I think I was too old. I think I was beyond toys at that point, which is kind of strange because I'm older now and probably buy more toys than I did then. But I mean, whatever. I took a break. You gotta have your club years or whatever, right? Cool. Eric Larson double page spread. An 800 number for the X-Men. Give me a break. Oh my God, this is like the worst thing for so many reasons. So another, like, oh yeah, and then he makes a joke about, did Spider-Man say it or did somebody else say it? Oh yeah, hey, no, you have it all wrong. This is Los Angeles. You're only supposed to be shooting people on the freeways, referring to the freeway snipers that LA had problems with. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of in poor taste of Spider-Man. I mean, you know, like, whatever, maybe I'm being too sensitive, but that, I don't know. Anyway, the panel layout is kind of weird here. Kind of weird. Like, it makes your eyes do a lot of weird stuff, but I kind of don't hate it. This I hate. So, the guy jumps off the roof. He says, don't jump. You'll never make the next rooftop. And he doesn't. And Spider-Man basically watches him plummet to his death. I mean, this is Gwen Stacy all over again. I mean, if you would have tried to web him, would he have snapped his neck? Maybe he was having flashbacks. Well, add that depth to this story. Like, this is a Marvel comic book. It should be full of angst and regret and strife and all that good stuff that Chris Claremont made for us feel for years on the X-Men. Anyway, I just thought Spider-Man was horribly written here. Sorry. That's how I feel. Did I make my point across? These look cool. These ninja type characters. I feel like he's coming more into his own. I don't know. Maybe he was a little rusty. Anyway. Basically, like, Captain America is a football player. I mean, how hard is that, right? That's the appeal here, people. I think that's what's happening. I love it. The NFL logo does look cool. Anyway, so that was my journey, my dip into the football pool with Super Pro, NFL Super Pro. Of course, it would only be comic books and Sam J. Royale who could make me not only pick this up, but read it and freaking love it and make a video about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I'll bring you more later.